Hey y'all, hey, it's Galanda B, and I am back with a life update. Yay! So, in case you're new here, my name is Galanda B, and I am an emotional awareness coach and wellness provider, and I live in Ghana. Yay! I recently immigrated from the United States, and it has been a whirlwind. In fact, I have been here 2 months and 2 days. Well, wait, 3 days. 2 months and 3 days now. And if you had asked me 90 days ago, what would I be doing and how would I be doing it, it would not be this. Not this exactly. Now, I had planned to move to Ghana. However, I ended up coming a month early. So, story time. Once upon a time ago, a very, very good girlfriend shared with me, after returning from one of her many trips to Ghana, about a community. And this community was designated for Black people who wanted to return to the continent and live. And in this community, they had some rules that seemed to work for me. And I was like, hey, I want to be a part of that community. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. And she was like, are you really sure? And I was like, yes. And what's funny about it was I never had been to Ghana, right? But a few years ago, I started living my life more intuitively and more spirit led. And so Spirit said this was a good choice for me to make. And so I wanted to move forward with it. So I asked her again. And she asked me again, and I was like, yes. So after several times of her ensuring, she felt like she was pretty confident I was sure in my decision, I went through the necessary steps to become a landholder, right? That's what I'm going to call it. I don't want to call it an owner, a landholder. And this was 3 years ago, more than just over 3 years ago in 2021. And then life happened, COVID happened, and I had intended to come to Ghana several times, but things didn't work out. Well, last year, I wanted to leave the U.S. and I was trying to make my plans to come to Ghana. It didn't work out, but I was like, I'm not going to let this stop me. And I made plans and I came here in January of 2024 to check out the land that I had went through the process to hold and see how living here was and see what the energy was like and all of that stuff. And I adapted beautifully and very quickly. And very quickly due to my friend being a resource and number one, giving me the heads up of how living, right, in this country would be, and connecting me to people that were great resources to me, right, to this very day. And connected me with other communities that she was adjacent to. So I came, I met a lot of really wonderful people and made my connections and went home. Sadly, in February, it was really cold. And so I decided prior to my return that then I would then start putting my things in place for me to leave the U.S. permanently. And so in my original plan, I was going to return here to Ghana as my home base and continue to travel to other warm places because I'm not about that cold weather life, right? And so I had put my plans in place, they're in motion. Different things came up that made it challenging, but I kept through with the plan. Well, less than a week before it was time for me to vacate my U.S. Residence, I learned of an opportunity here in Ghana. And I kind of knew about it before, but I didn't think that I was going to get selected for the opportunity, but I did. And so within a matter of 72 hours, I finished packing up my residence, gave away a bunch of my stuff, and left the US to come to Ghana. Got here, was going through the process of this opportunity. Again, ever so thankful. Oh, the gratitude is overwhelming for a sister that I met on my trip the first time who was kind enough to host me. You know who you are. I love you, girl. I appreciate you so much, right? Thanks to her generosity in hosting me, I was able to go through all of the steps that were necessary for the process, right? So I did all of that. Went to Morocco for my birthday that had been planned for over a year, came back, started getting settled in. And upon my return, maybe a week or so after my return, learned that it was actually confirmed and a date had been chosen for, drum roll, to become a citizen of Ghana. Yes, I had applied, interviewed, and did the necessary steps to become a citizen of Ghana. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Galanda, how you go from never have been there to wanting to become a citizen? Intuition. It's nothing more. Spirit led. Ancestors told me this is the place for me to come. And so I followed what Spirit told me. Now, in the past, in my previous years, I would have second guessed, and if things weren't exactly planned out, I wouldn't have come. But as I said, I have switched my life to be more Spirit led at this point. So I came, and I knew I was coming back anyway, whether I was becoming a citizen or not. And I had learned about a mindset conference. And many of you may know that my former branding line was as a mindset strategist, meaning a person who helps other people learn how to shift their mindset to have more positive outcomes in their personal and their professional life, right? But I've decided that that sounded a little businessy, and the support that I want to give people was broader than just business, therefore becoming or branding myself as an emotional awareness coach. All that being said, I elected to attend the first African conference on mindset transformation and systems thinking that was held in Kumasi for a couple of weeks ago. And it was a phenomenal, life-changing experience. I was able to hear from Ghanaians in business, in education, in government, about the different issues that they have here, the different experiences they have here, and what they were looking for in terms of helping to shift the mindset not only of Ghanaians, but continental Africans across the board in order to allow the riches of this continent to be realized and experienced by the people who live here. So it was a phenomenal experience. And then after that, I came back and was able to, with 523 other fellow diasporans, become a citizen of Ghana. I'm so grateful that this opportunity presented to me and the many others. But, I can only speak for myself, right? Between intuition, spirit-led, conferences, people that I've talked to, I see that my skills and my talents, many of which I had decided before I left the U.S. that I did not want to exercise those skills anymore, are needed here. They can be very impactful here. And I am happy to embark on some initiatives here to help make not only Ghana, but many or most or all of the African countries be able to realize the greatness that they deserve to be recognized for. So That being said, I'm here in Ghana. Again, I'm going to try to get my updates, weekly. And I'm just going to be telling you about some of the stuff. I met a lot of really wonderful people, a lot of great resources. In my time here, it's been 2 months and 3 days. And whether there be diasporans who immigrated like myself, or Ghanaians who have lived here, or Ghanaians who had lived abroad and now are returning home so that they can contribute their talents and their skills to support their country in being the best that it can be. So, besides my own personal experiences, I'm just going to share with you, my experiences coming to Ghana. Um, you know, I don't have any particular agenda. I am not trying to encourage anybody per se to come to Ghana. But what I am encouraging people to do is to listen to what spirit tells you. Listen to what your heart tells you. Listen to what your intuition tells you. For many, many years, society has tried to encourage people to ignore their intuition, right? Very science-based, fact-based, five senses. But your sixth sense, right, is your intuition. And we all have it, but we have to learn how to cultivate it so that we can trust it. And I guess the moral of this video is trust your intuition. Exercise that intuition so that you can feel confident in that trust for it, because you never know where it's going to take you. I'm on a journey, y'all, that I couldn't even begin to have planned out, but I'm excited, and I know that this path that I'm on is purposeful and it's going to be impactful. So hopefully y'all will continue to follow along on this channel with me as I talk about these different things that, I come across. I am trying to also bring you with me on my other socials as well. So not only subscribe here, but follow me on Instagram, as well as the TikTok. I'm still working on that, y'all. But I'm really grateful for those of you all that are here and those of you all who are to come. And I hope you enjoy, listening to my story as I move through my immigration to Ghana and becoming a citizen and a participating, person and a digital nomad and all the complexities of being a human being. Until next time, take care.